I should like read a book. Here. I'm going to have Andrew read it, the sleep book real quick. It's, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're used to a very specific kind of format here at the Crucible, and we appreciate your support and your participation. But today, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. Today, I'm happy to announce that I will be reading a book from the infamous Dr. Seuss, Total Creeper. But nonetheless, this is an important and relevant book. It's called The Sleep Book. So settle in, get a beer, get a coffee, or if you're posh, get a really shitty beer down the road. So, The Sleep Book by Dr. Seuss. This book is to be read in bed. The news just came in from County of Keck that a very small bug by the name of Van Fleck is yawning so wide you can look down its neck. This may not seem very important, I know, but it is. I'm bothering to tell you so. Now, I know it's slow moving, but if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out of here. A yawn is quite catching, you see, like a cough. See that? The cough, the coof. Just takes one yawn to start other yawns off. Now the news has come, and that some friends of Van Fleck are yawning so wide you can look down their neck. It's kind of weird. I gotta be honest, that's a little bit weird. At this moment, right now, under 7 more noses. Don't get excited. I don't want to get flagged for TOS. I'll read it again. At this moment, right now, under 7 more noses. Great yawns are in blossom. They're blooming like roses. Never cared much for flowers. The yawn of that one little bug is still spreading. According to the latest reports, it is heading across the wide fields through the sleepy night air, across the whole country toward every which way. And people are gradually starting to say, I feel rather drowsy. I've had quite a day. Creatures are starting to think about the rest. 2 biffer bomb birds now building their nest. Many of you don't know this, but I've actually spent a good deal hunting biffer bomb birds. There's something very specific about this kind of bird, where if you hit it in the neck with a pebble, it actually secretes a specific kind of toxin. But anyway, I digress. They do it each night, and quite often I wonder how they do this big job without making a blunder. Maybe we should ask Zach Hubbard how they do it. But that's their problem, not yours, not mine. I could give a fuck. The point is, they're going to bed, and that's just fine. Here's where it gets a little interesting. Sleep thoughts are spreading throughout the whole land, and the time for brushing of teeth is at hand. Up at Herkimer Falls, where the great river rushes and crashes down crags in great gargling gushes, the Herkimer sisters are using their brushes. Those falls are just grand for toothbrushing beneath, if you happen to be up that way with your teeth. I told you, I warned you this was going to be a bizarre story. If you don't like it, you can leave. The news just came in from the Castle of Krupp that the lights are all out and the drawbridge is up. We don't have drawbridges anymore, unfortunately. And the old drawbridge drawer said with a yawn, "My drawbridge is drawn, and I'm going to stay drawn till the milkman delivers milk." Now, luckily today, there are, in fact, people who still deliver raw milk to houses. I digress. I'm going to bed now, so nobody better come around with a special letter. And that especially refers to all you fucking groypers who don't leave me alone and spam my chat and the Discord. Fuck off. The number of sleepers is steadily growing. Bed is where more and more people are going. In Culpeper Springs, in the Stilt Walkers Hall. The Stilt Walker stilts are all stacked on the wall. The Stilt Walker walkers have called it a day. They're all tuckered out and they're snoozing away. This is very big news. It's important to know. And that's why I'm bothering to tell you so. Makes sense. Way out in the west, in the town of Merced, the Hinklehorn Honking Club just went to bed. Every horn has been quietly hung on a hook for the night in its own private Hinklehorn nook. All right. Well, unfortunately, this is a very long book, which also rhymes. And so we'll have to continue this later. I'm on page, I don't know. Now, many of you won't know this, but this book actually is very relevant to today's shenanigans. You see, there is, in fact, a Fleck Institute, I believe it's called. And they work in neurology, and all those fucked up transhumanist people are all into this shit. And a lot of it is somehow paralleled with this book. And I know it sounds all woo-hoo, but it's interesting. So, anyway, let's read some super chats. Trying to find the super chats. Ban Grace Live. Already did that. Thank you. 2.2 acre bear. Thank you. 2.2 acre bear for $10. Thank you. Hey Don, did you see the latest photos of the Artemis moon orbiter they released the other day? Pretty fascinating stuff. I think I saw I'm going to build my moon house. Well, I don't know who that's directed at, but clearly it's not me. Machine Bear 9.99. My favorite kind of super chat. The kind that says nothing, just money. Thank you. Casey Bear for $2. I don't care. It's 2 acre and a bear. I don't care how you pronounce it. I'm keeping it the way I say it. And that's how I do it over here. G Law Row for $10. Hilarious daily, including much knowledge. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support over here at the Crucible. Some people call it the Crumble. Keenan Beats, fantastic musician. Andrew, you should probably stop. Andrew, you should probably stop smoking, dude. Oh, fuck you. You know, I get this a lot. Yes, I smoke. But if you look at the stress and all the unnecessary tension that I would have in the absence of this dear cigarette, I think it's a fair balance. And it's none of your fucking business. Dean Lem, too, $4.99, says nothing. Again, my favorite kind of super chat. How do you know that any action you make is objectively moral? We all have different personalities, demeanors, and way of handling situations. Well, MJ Duke, I appreciate the super chat, and that is in fact a big question that comes up almost in every debate here at the Crucible. And the thing is, if morality exists at all, it needs to be objective. Saying subjective morality is basically saying non-existent morality. But it's a good question, and we really appreciate it. Let the sense flow. Well, Emmanuel for 5 cents. Thank you very much. Scott Spinach, $4.99, says a lot. Where is the meaning? Where are the numbers? Don't check the pantry. Don't check the cupboard. You can just check with our friend Zach, our good friend Zachary Hubbard. Great work. Skits Radio. Shout out to you, bro. Word Yo Izzle. For those of you who don't know, Skits Radio has his own channel there. He does a lot of ranting. Really insane guitarist, beatboxer. Very creative person. Definitely some level of schizophrenia, but he's using it to his advantage. And that's why we love Skits Radio over there at Skits Radio. Evan, $5.13, my favorite kind of super chat. $2, thank you. Recording Reality says there is no meaning. Of course, that's a self-refuting statement. If it's true, then it's not true. This is a problem with subjective truth statements, absolute statements against the absoluteness. Retarded, but we still welcome you. So, if there's not many more questions, I think it's time to say goodbye. I don't want to overdo it here. This isn't my channel. But again, If you're not already following, head on over to the Crucible YouTube for your favorite weekly debates, trash talking extravaganzas, and commentary about the nature of this insane world we live in. With that, I bid you adieu. Have a good night. See you later, alligator.